Hello friends, the thought of making this video on Rahu, that came to my mind watching something on television last night. Okay, and what I saw was people in the film industry, people who are into motion pictures or in direct or indirect way connected with photography, whether it is still photography or video photography, that's videography. So the common factor between this is Rahu, the planet which deals with shades of gray. Photography is nothing but shades of gray. So people who are in media, electronic media to be precise, and even more so specifically in entertainment industry, they like to put on glasses even when there is no sun. So immediately I saw the connection of Rahu, and I thought of making a video explaining Rahu from this concept. Okay, in this context of blocking any light falling on the eyes, specifically coming from the sun, and even that resonates in blocking even artificial lights, even when there is no sun on the sky. So that is what takes us to understanding Rahu. At a very visible level, Rahu is the shadow that we create by our own physical existence. Rahu or Ketu, they do not have any physical existence. They don't. In the sky, they don't. Conceptually, in Indian tradition, well, we know Rahu is the head and Ketu is rest of the body. We know all that stuff. So I don't want to give all the philosophical or theoretical discussion. I just want to understand Rahu in practical terms, okay, and then connect that with philosophy. Practically, we know we can see our shadows because we can see it physically. Now, what exactly it means? A shadow doesn't exist by itself. It needs you to exist. Agree? Well, the part of the shadow or the part of you, the projected false part of you that you see on the ground or elsewhere, is just blocking of the sun. That is precisely the area where sun is not falling, where there is no light, where there is no knowledge, where exists ignorance, confusion, doubt. That is an area where you are projected in your ignorant self, in your darker self. So, at two levels I will deal with Rahu. Rahu is enemy of sun. It always tries to block sun. Wherever there is light, there is darkness trying to make space for itself. So, the definition of darkness, as I was talking in one of my classes yesterday, definition of darkness is not absence of definition of light is not something that drives darkness away. No, light doesn't exist because darkness exists. It's actually the other way around. Absence of light is darkness. Darkness doesn't exist. It exists because light exists. Ignorance doesn't exist by itself. Ignorance is lack of knowledge. Ignorance doesn't exist by itself. Where there is no knowledge, there is ignorance. Where there is no darkness, there is no light, there is no darkness. Beg your pardon. So, that darkness is Rahu, that brightness is sun, that light is sun. Okay? So, we see the proof of it when we see our shadow. Where there is no light is darkness, and that darkness is Rahu. Where there is no sun, sun is the source of energy. Sun is the ultimate enlightenment. right? Sun is the ultimate enlightenment. It's the energy source, right? Where there is no light is Rahu. Where there is no knowledge is ignorance. Now, in real life, a decision that we make based on ignorance, based on Maya, based on unreal, something based on fiction, something based on hallucination, what I imagine, that is not likely to be real. And if I make a decision based on imagination, not on facts, that is a Rahu decision. Agree? This is what in real life it means. But Rahu doesn't exist by itself, it needs you to exist. So it blocks sun through you. You become vehicle for Rahu in its scheme of blocking sun. So Rahu is really an enemy of sun in that sense. In real life, at any point in time, the opposition in politics is Rahu, always trying to unseat the one in power. In a company, the one who is trying to be the boss or the CEO, in whatever scale you are looking at, that doesn't matter. The microcosm and macrocosm applies at every scale. It's scalable, guys. Vedas are scalable. So all the Vedangas, they have to be scalable, right? So Jyotish is scalable. You talk of the country's prime minister or president, the opposition is always Rahu trying to unseat the sun, trying to bring the sun down. And when the game changes at any point in time, the guy who is in opposition is influenced by Rahu. He's trying to unseat the sun. For right, for good or for bad is different thing. Okay, that's different thing. That is individual value system that comes from Jupiter. So we'll not talk about that now because the scope is Rahu here. So the idea here is one side Rahu blocks sun. It will oppose sun no matter what. That is how it exists. If there is all brightness, all sunlight, all illumination, all knowledge, then how can Rahu exist? It will be out of job, so to say, right? So Rahu exists only, so in us, our ignorance is our Rahu. What I don't know is Rahu. And there will always be something that I will not know, you will not know. We are humans, right? So Rahu represents our ignorance when we say it is enemy of sun. Because ignorance is darkness. Where there is darkness, there will be chaos, there will be confusion. And the Maya will be created out of imagination. That's what Rahu is, Maya Karak, right? Now, this was one dimension of Rahu. The other dimension is its opposition to whatever Jupiter's karmic direction is. In the Dik Chakra, the directional chakra, the karmic directional chakra, Rahu and Jupiter, they always, not Jupiter opposes Rahu, but Rahu opposes Jupiter. Jupiter's karmic direction is northeast. The karmic direction, guys, I'm talking, not the physical Rashi direction. The karmic direction of Jupiter is northeast, and in the Dik Chakra, and in the Kal Chakra, Rahu opposes Jupiter in northeast. So whatever you do about Jupiter, which is Vedas, any Vedic studies, Jupiter is the guru who takes Vedas to the mankind, the common people, right? So all the Vedanga of Jyotish is just one Vedanga, right, of 6. So anything that takes Vedas to the people, including Jyotish, which is the eye of the Vedas, the light of the Vedas, Jyoti, okay, that is a Jupiter function. That is Jupiter. And who opposes this? Rahu. So all the unfair practices, all the fraud and everything that is happening in this domain is Rahu working. So on one side, it opposes the light, the sun, the illumination. So a fiction, imagination, can be created, which forms the vehicle of the cheating, the ignorance. So ignorance breeds indecision, wrong decisions, right? And the other side of it is doing any activity that is towards the path of dharma, Jupiter. We saw that with this Jupiter we saw in the Kal Chakra and Dik Chakra. In Dik Chakra, Jupiter's karmic direction, that is going towards dharma, doing the right thing, being righteous, being always on the right side of what dharma says, what is your good karma. That correct direction is Jupiter, and the energy that opposes that, all the wrong thoughts that come to our mind of doing adharma, of killing people, cheating people, right? Going against dharma, that is Rahu energy. So Rahu has two dimensions. One is, and see, it can't block Jupiter if sun's rays are falling. If there is knowledge, there is brightness, there is sense working, people can see the facts, they can see dharma. So it has to block the vision by blocking sun, and at the other hand, only then it can work to oppose Jupiter, the dharma, and it can have its way. That is Rahu. So our ignorance is Rahu, and we make the mistakes based on ignorance. We do sins based on ignorance. We think it is right. That's lack of knowledge. We don't know. So this knowledge can be against the scalable, right? You can call it divine knowledge to, the bookish knowledge, which is Mercury, which we have used to, and the value that we gain from it is Jupiter, the wisdom we gain, and we apply that to the welfare of the society. That is Jupiter. So when you want to do good of any useful knowledge, Rahu will come your way, because that is how it works. That is Rahu's role in the scheme of things, to oppose Jupiter. It is the planet that opposes Jupiter in the Kal Chakra. Right? In northeast direction, in the Kal Chakra, Jupiter is there. In the Dik Chakra, in the northeast direction, Kal Chakra is Rahu, and in the Dik Chakra, it is Jupiter. So they clash in that direction, that karmic direction of Jupiter. Right? So I think you have a fair idea how Rahu operates in the life, and how things manifest because of Rahu energy. And at the core, what is Rahu energy? Right? Thank you.